We've had over 13 years to be able to examine Dr. Anthony and the Labour government. 10 years previously, and now 3 years most recently. What is very telling, particularly in the last 3 years, is that the economy has contracted every single year. We saw a contraction of 1.8%, a further contraction of 2.3%, and now we've seen that the CDB has announced that they're projecting that the economy contracted by 2.7%. We've seen unemployment go from 21% to just under 26%. But even more troubling, we've seen that youth unemployment now has reached a level of 49%. So it means that 1 out of every 2 young people in this country are unemployed. What's also equally troubling is the policies of this government, and particularly as it relates to social programs. So what we've seen is where we had a situation where we were subsidizing rice, flour, and sugar. We were subsidizing gas, cooking gas. We were subsidizing water. And this government in the last 3 years has reversed those policies. So we've now seen the elimination of the subsidies on rice, flour, and sugar. We've seen the elimination of the subsidies on fuel at the pump. We have seen that our water bills have gone up by 66%, and that was in order to make sure that government didn't have to continue pumping money into Wasco. And we've seen those monies now being invested in other social programs. But the fundamental difference is that the social programs that existed before, every single St. Lucian benefited. Anybody who bought rice, anyone who bought flour, anyone who bought sugar, anyone who bought gas, anyone who bought water benefited from the subsidy, regardless of your political affiliation. But now what have we seen? We've seen programs that are targeted to people, and decisions as to who is going to benefit being made by the government of the day. But I'm appealing to the Kenny Anthony regime. The budget is coming up. We need to see a reversal in some of these policies because the situation has become severe, chronic. You have a situation where we are seeing an increase in unemployment. It means that households that had some income have none. The simple thing of paying an electricity bill or paying a water bill has become difficult for many. Men and women who've invested their life savings into buying a minivan, a small business, a car, a small home, who have now lost the ability to sustain themselves, and given the lack of any social net, are now seeing their life dreams perish before their very eyes. I can't imagine how it must feel to a father who has saved money to invest in a minivan, to invest in a small shop, to diversify his income, and now to find out that he's lost his job and he can't even pay the mortgage on his businesses. He can't pay for the financing on his businesses. This is what people are being asked to face. And I've said it, and I'm going to say it again. Particularly hard hit are the pensioners of this country who have no ability of increasing their income. Unskilled workers who have now recently lost their job and can't find a job in this environment, and who are starting to quickly realize that there is no other income coming in for them. And handicapped people who have either gotten a stroke, who have lost their eyesight, who can't walk, have had an amputation, who they themselves now cannot find a job and realizing that they have no further income. It is time for this government to recognize that the policies that they're implementing are simply not working, and that the people of this country are suffering. Things like the high cost of electricity, the impact of that on their daily living, the basic things of education. There is no more subsidy on transportation. School feeding programs have been cut. The quality of health care in our country are all having a combined impact to destroy the fabric of our country. That is how critical things have become. And I'm appealing, we're all hoping, and we are going to be holding the government of this country accountable for the livelihoods of these people. And the opposition will be having a very strong voice and to stand up for the people of this country who can't take it anymore.